I turned 31 in February, and I swear something rewired in my brain overnight. Like I woke up the next morning, looked at my checking account, and instead of feeling that normal low-grade panic, I just felt tired. Not scared tired, just tired of my own bullshit. Maya texted me happy birthday at like 7 in the morning with a champagne emoji, and I wrote back, "Thanks, babe. I think I'm going to open a Roth IRA today." And she sent back 3 question marks like I'd had a stroke. But I did it. I opened the Roth. And then I cried in the Fidelity app for like 5 minutes. Because I realized I should have done this 6 years ago. And I just didn't, because I thought retirement accounts were for people who had their life together. And that's the thing nobody tells you about your 30s. Your relationship with money just shifts. Not because you suddenly make more, not because you read some life-changing book, but because the math starts feeling personal in a way it didn't before. In your 20s, you can tell yourself there's time. You can be like, "Oh, I'll start investing next year. I'll pay off my credit cards when I get that promotion. I'll worry about retirement when I'm older." And then you hit 30, and you are older. You're the age your mom was when she had you. You're the age where compounding interest is still on your side, but the window is closing. And it just hits different. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone who spends way too much time thinking about this stuff and talking to my friends about it over wine. But I've noticed something really specific happening with women I know who crossed into their 30s. The way we think about money changes. Not all at once, not like some Disney transformation, but slowly, quietly. And it's not about becoming boring or responsible or giving up fun. It's about realizing that being broke at 33 feels completely different than being broke at 23, and you do not want to find out what broke at 43 feels like. So here's what actually shifts. First thing, you stop seeing your future self as a different person. In your 20s, your future self is like this theoretical stranger who's going to have her shit together and make different choices and somehow magically fix everything you're currently messing up. You buy stuff on credit and you're like, future me will pay this off. She's going to be rich and responsible. And then you turn 30 and you realize, oh my God, I am future me. I am the person who has to clean up the mess. There is no responsible adult coming to save me, because I am supposed to be the responsible adult. And that realization hits like a ton of bricks. Second thing, you start caring way less about looking rich and way more about actually being secure. I spent my entire 20s trying to look like I had money. The handbag, the trips, the bottomless brunch every weekend, the nights out where we'd split a $300 tab and I'd just Venmo my share and not even think about it until my credit card statement came. I wanted to look successful, and I was doing well at looking like I was doing well, but I was also $19,000 in debt and had like $4,000 in savings. In your 30s, that flips. You stop posting the luxury vacation pics and start caring about whether your emergency fund could actually cover an emergency. You stop buying the designer stuff to impress people you don't even like and start putting that money into index funds that nobody sees but you. Third, and this is the one that made me finally break up with Carlos for real, you realize you cannot afford to date someone who's bad with money. In your 20s, you can date the guy who's always broke 2 days before payday, who has no savings and no plan, and just vibes through life hoping it works out. You can be like, oh, he's figuring it out. Oh, money isn't everything. And then you hit 30, and you realize money is not everything, but it is a lot of things. It's whether you can buy a house. It's whether you can have kids without going bankrupt. It's whether you're splitting the bills fairly with someone who makes way more than you. You start seeing financial compatibility as non-negotiable. Not because you're a gold digger, because you're trying to build something, and you cannot build it with someone who's actively setting it on fire. Fourth thing, you stop waiting for permission to invest. I used to think investing was for people who had extra money, like you had to max out your savings, pay off all your debt, have 6 months of expenses saved, and then maybe, if you had money left over, you could think about stocks. And that is bullshit. You can invest with $100. You can open a Roth IRA with $50 a month. You do not need to be rich to start. You just need to start. And in your 30s, you finally get that. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and you just do it messy. You open the account, you buy the index fund, you automate the transfer. You figure it out as you go instead of waiting until you feel ready, because you finally understand that nobody feels ready. Rich people just start it anyway. And the last thing, the big one, you stop feeling guilty about wanting money. I spent my 20s apologizing for caring about my salary, for negotiating, for talking about money with my friends, for wanting to be financially comfortable. Like it was shallow or materialistic or anti-feminist to admit that I wanted to make 6 figures and have savings and not stress about rent. And then I turned 30 and I just stopped. I want money. I want a fully funded emergency fund and a Roth IRA and a brokerage account, and enough in savings that I can quit a job I hate without having a full panic attack. I want to retire early. I want to buy property. I want to travel without putting it on a credit card. And I am not sorry about that anymore. Wanting financial security is not shallow. It is smart. It is self-preservation. And women in their 30s finally give themselves permission to want it out loud. So yeah, that's what shifts. You realize time is real, compound interest is real, and you are the only person who's going to build the life you want. Nobody's coming to save you. You are the savings plan. And once you accept that, everything changes.